Hi, today I'd like to talk about time and making the most of it. And time is the most precious commodity any of us have. And I think if you can look at time differently and manage it better, you can really have an impact on your life. So we all know Father Time is undefeated. There's no getting around that for any of us. But I think if you looked at the time you do have and took better control of it, and if you manage time more effectively, you can really have an impact on your life. And it doesn't matter whether you're a professional athlete, a doctor, a lawyer, a blue-collar worker, or even a billionaire. Even the billionaires in the world, we all have the same thing in common. We get 168 hours in a week. That's it. There's no more, there's no less for any of us. That's the rules. But often you hear people say, but I don't have enough time. You do have enough time. You just aren't utilizing it effectively. So to put my money where my mouth is, I'll walk you through my day. I get up 3 hours before I need to be anywhere. And the reason I started getting up at 4:30 in the morning was because I really felt like I needed some kind of an advantage. Because I realized at some point I'm not a genius. I'm certainly not the best looking guy on the planet, and I don't have perfect symmetry. I didn't have any uber talent or skill that was really separating me from anybody else, and I really needed to do things through effort. And everybody says, well, 4:30 is really early. I agree, it's early, and it takes some discipline to do it. And I will also tell you that, I'm human, and getting out of bed some days is tougher than others, but, I do it. And I took on this mentality of I get to do things. So I don't have to get up, I get to get up. And I don't have to go to work, I get to go to work. I don't have to give a presentation, I get to give a presentation. I think just reframing things that way really is motivating. And I've come to see pressure as a privilege. If I'm doing something so important that there's pressure involved, then I must be providing value. So I looked at this advantage and I started my day out at 4:30 in the morning, and most people will not recommend this, but I look at my business intelligence tools. I want to know how all the businesses and cities I'm over are doing. And I also want to check my emails and make sure there's nothing urgent and everything happened through the night like it was supposed to, and that everybody's on track for today. And usually there's not a lot of emails at 4:30 in the morning, but I go to bed a little earlier, so I want to make sure. And I'm multitasking and I'm getting properly caffeinated like the rest of America in the morning. And I need to be caffeinated because I need to get my workout in. 55 years old and I'm fighting Father Time like everybody else. And if I don't get it in early, I'm probably not going to get it in. So make sure I get that out of the way too. And I have the DC Beltway to contend with. I work in the Washington, D.C. area, and it's a difficult commute. But I try to make the best of that commute too. I listen to about 50 audiobooks a year. Right now I'm listening to It Takes What It Takes by Trevor Moawad. Highly recommend it. But it's really important to educate yourself when you have some downtime, and there's plenty of that. So it's about 7:30 in the morning, and I'm at work already, and I've already gone through my business intelligence tools and caught up on all my emails. I've gotten myself properly caffeinated, and I got my workout in to fight off Father Time. I've gotten myself through the commute, and I've got myself educated, listened to an audiobook, maybe two, depending on how traffic is. And I do all this to have it all behind me so that when I get to work, I'm focused on the people. The people are what makes business tick. It's what makes life really purposeful. And I see my job at work as the obstacle mover for my people. So connecting with the people is so important for me, because as I connect with them, I find out what's blocking their path, and I can really help clear those paths for them. And the more people I connect with, the more paths I can clear, and the more purposeful I feel in what I'm doing. So I look at my day really starting the day before. So anybody that knows me at work knows that I have this task list, this things to do that I rank from the heaviest lifting I have to do on down. And the theory behind this really came from the book Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. It's a great book, but his premise was if you do the heaviest stuff first, as you go throughout your day, you have a sense of accomplishment, and the weight gets lighter and lighter, and the sense of accomplishment gets greater and greater. So at the end of each day, I really do feel like I've accomplished something. So in that accomplishment, I feel like I'm winning. And I'm winning Monday, and I'm winning Tuesday, and I'm winning Wednesday, and so on. And what happens is it becomes a habit. Winning becomes a habit. And I think if you can take your positive habits and you can really develop them and get a foundation of really good habits and stack them on top of each other, you can really start having an impact on your life, and it makes your life easier. It sounds like it would take discipline and make it harder, but it actually makes it easier, and you will find yourself not fighting the clock so much. You will be dictating the time instead of time dictating to you all the time. Now, will there still be times where it feels like time is spiraling out of control? Sure, there will. I have that happen still, but it's going to happen a lot less if you manage your time better. So I'd like you to look at, if you could manage time better, I think you would see that you would manage your life better. I think if you manage your life better, you would manage success and happiness differently as well. So thank you very much for taking the time to view this video, and please pass it along if you feel it's valuable.